So are you looking for a job or you know someone who is? Today, we're going to show you some resources that could help your chances to gain employment.
Plus, who says science and engineering are a man's job? How some former NFL cheerleaders are breaking the stereotypes in these male-oriented fields.
This weekend in downtown Cambridge is all about the oyster and hot sauce. Coming up, a festival that brings the best of both worlds together.
And we're in the kitchen with a chef from 32 Palm making a mahi-mahi and shrimp dish. Delmarva Life starts right now.
That was Brian!
That was Brian!
Did you see?
Brian Spiros.
Did you see his left
had
ring?
a little bling going on there, didn't he?
Some bling.
Good to have him back.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Life from Historic Studio D.
And of course, we'd like to welcome our studio audience today. We're bursting at the seams. Look at all these people. They know where it all happened.
We are going to have to order. We're going to have to order a new studio, I'm telling you. This one is not going to be big enough for very long.
Yeah.
Well, can I just jump off the top and say it's great to have Brian back.
Yes.
From Wedding and Honeymoon. We're going to talk more about it here in just a little bit, but it's great to have him back. Baseball, well, ALDS.
Baseball.
NLDS.
B is for baseball.
B is for baseball, yes. Baltimore Orioles are not out of it yet, but they do have to win their game tonight. It's Game 4 at Yankee Stadium. Yankee Raul Benez connected for a game-tying home run with one out in the bottom of the ninth, and then a walk-off homer, and the Yanks' 3-2 win over the O's in 12 innings.
Yes.
And then it was the Nats. Washington also having to win tonight in the NLDS. They were blanked by the Cardinals 8-0 last night. This was Washington's first postseason baseball game since 1933.
Really? 79 years.
Yeah, people have absolutely no idea what they're doing at that baseball park in October. Wow.
Yeah, really.
How come we're here?
Well, going from baseball to football, a big sigh of relief today as RG3 returned to Redskin practice yesterday.
Yeah.
You may remember Washington rookie quarterback Robert Griffin III showed no effects from a mild concussion.
I gotta say, I really hate watching this play.
I know.
Hurts.
I was watching it, the game, and gas. Barring any unexpected setbacks between now and Sunday, Griffin will start against the visiting Minnesota Vikings, and hopefully showing some of his magic. He is on fire.
Tough guy.
Yeah.
Tough guy to come back from something like that. This thing from the Cape Gazette, don't know if you heard about this or not. Douglas L. Cannon of Milton was named the Outstanding Older Worker by the Senior Community Service Employment Agency.
Yeah.
Good job.
Age is just a number, right?
That's right, exactly. It's, of course, part of National Employ Older Workers Week celebration. That was last week.
That was last week, yeah.
He works as a full-time van driver for the Cape Henlopen School District, works part-time at the Milford Senior Center. So congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, congratulations to him. And boy, our chef is in the kitchen over here. And then we have the smells and the sounds and everything. My mouth is watering. Talking about the weekend, just a couple days away, something that I love to attend every year is the Delmarvacade of Bands. It's happening this weekend in Salisbury. Parkside High School, which that's their band there from last year's show, is hosting the event at Wicomico County Stadium. They do it every October. Right. It's a tournament of bands competition. Now that's a big deal for marching bands. They compete just like football teams and baseball teams and everything. So high school bands from around the region will be competing. Some from Annapolis, some from up in Delaware. A lot of bands. They have a band on the field every 15 minutes. So it's definitely something you want to go see. It's Saturday, October 13th at 6:30 p.m. You won't be disappointed.
And bundle up like it's a football game because it's going to be cool.
Yeah. So, and I think it's going to be a dry weekend as well.
Supposed to be dry, but it's going to be cool. So
it's going to be a little cool.
Get ready for that. We've got all the news coming out lately about all the Nobel Prize winners. Start to say Peace Prize. That's actually only one division of the Nobel Prize because there's chemistry. I don't know what else there is. Science. But there has been a study that's come out that has tied the number of Nobel Prize winners that a country has to the country's chocolate consumption.
Really?
I'm telling you the truth. The suggestion is that the sweet treat can actually boost your brain power.
Oh, well, I should be a genius.
See? So we got another one right here. The prestigious New England Journal of Medicine reports used data. I just want to show this. Who does not remember Lucy trying to wrap all the candy on that chocolate line? The Journal of Medicine reported used data from some major chocolate producers on sales in 23 countries and found, quote, a surprisingly powerful correlation. Switzerland, by the way, led not only in chocolate consumption, but Nobel Prizes according to population. You go, girl.
Yeah, Lucy's onto something there.
That was awesome. She knew, didn't she?
Okay, I just want to know who said, okay, you know what? For my next experiment, I am going to figure out.
Do you really care? Just as long as somebody did it?
Somebody did.
Yeah. So I got to eat more chocolate and just try to get a little smarter.
Yeah.
Is everybody here going to vote when it comes time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes? Okay. It's good to know that we have an audience full of people who take voting seriously, because it appears that there are some in Maryland who are taking this whole voting thing much more seriously than others. As a matter of fact, there was an election group called Election Integrity Maryland. They found that a Montgomery County voter who died in 2002 went ahead and voted in 2008.
Oh, no.
I knew this was going to take a second for them to get up. A guy in Laurel, Maryland, died in 1988. He then registered to vote in 1992.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, these guys are taking this seriously. A woman in Upper Marlboro registered the year after she died. So, we have a studio audience who is just as committed to vote as these guys were, and we just wanted to express our appreciation to you for that today.
No word on whether they were Republican or Democrats?
No word, no word
on that.
No, we're not sure they voted last year, but we think they did the year before. Not sure. We'll have to check on that.
Well, we do have word on something we talked about a couple weeks ago. Has anybody seen the show Mythbusters?
Oh, yeah. Who's not a Mythbusters fan?
If you're a science geek like Jimmy, or you have kids who are science geeks, you've probably seen it. We were talking about how the Mythbusters were going to challenge a scene from the movie Titanic.
Right.
And specifically the scene where Rose and Jack are out in the water and she's lying on the door or whatever it was, and he was trying to get on and he couldn't. Well, they're saying he could have got on there and the two of them could have stayed there and they both would have survived, right?
Okay.
Well, I don't know. So Mythbusters took on it. Now, the episode airs this Sunday coming up. So if you want to be surprised, just, you know, go get a cup of coffee or something.
There you go.
But I have a spoiler alert. The answer is, it is plausible that Rose and Jack could have both stayed afloat on the board and survived hypothermia.
Really?
Yeah. Just long enough to be rescued, but only if they thought to tie Rose's life jacket underneath the board to give it, I guess, better buoyancy. So in
just
case
blew the entire movie.
Yeah, just blew the. So in case you were wondering, that is a.
It could conceivably.
It's plausible.
Possibly.
If you ever watch the show, you know it's
there's three outcomes.
Yeah, there's three outcomes. It's possible, busted, or plausible.
Yeah. So hope we didn't spoil anything for you there.
Sorry about that.
Talking about this weekend, Apple Scrapple coming up this weekend in Bridgeville. I'm looking forward to going to that.
Yeah.
Love the Apple Scrapple. You know, I heard somewhere this morning that when they started, they had like 2,500 people. Wasn't that great?
Yeah.
There's 25,000 people that go to this thing now. And just a reminder, in case you want to get involved, the ladies' skillet toss is Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. I would never get in the way of you tossing a skillet. You'll fling an 8-inch cast iron skillet just like this one as far as you can in the practice field behind the Woodbridge High School. 2 categories, 18 to 40, 41 and over. And yes, you have to prove how old you are. Sorry.
I'm wondering, overhand, underhand?
What would you do?
You know, do like I don't know.
I'd clear out, that's all I'm telling you.
That's what you would do, right?
I'll be over here behind the corner of the building.
All right, so we talked about it at the beginning of the show. Brian, of course, is back from his wedding and honeymoon. And by the way, that's the first,
Wonderful to have Brian.
That is the first time I've seen him.
Yeah,
because he's out live. We haven't seen him yet today. So what we want to do is we want to, do you remember on the show before we got married, he was taking the dancing lessons,
awesome.
and we watched it and everything. Well, we have, I guess, the dance.
This is the dance
from the wedding.
From the wedding.
Take a look. That's where everyone starts cheering. Look at that!
Get that photographer out of the way.
Yeah, right? Looks like the paparazzi in there. Look, I gotta get a tissue. Her voice all grown up. And Sarah is gorgeous as ever.
Look at this. You go, boy.
Woo! And what's great is the guests didn't know they were going to do this.
Had no idea. They kept it secret.
Wow. So they were surprised.
Wow,
and what a pleasant surprise.
Look at you. Look at you. Show us the bling.
Oh.
Show us the bling.
Let's see the ring.
Oh, don't get all upset. So did I do a good job? I thought I did a good job, right? Everything went well. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We're so proud of you.
So basically, the ring is
Look at
right
him.
here.
He's playing with it.
The ring is on my finger. It feels very weird, but I'm getting used to it. But yeah, after all those weeks and all that pressure, we did the dance, and I have to say, Sarah and I did an amazing job. We were so proud of ourselves, and our guests loved it, and they were surprised. So it was everything we hoped it would be and more.
And are you gonna clue us in on the honeymoon a little bit?
See, look at these.
Am I gonna what?
No, don't forget that question, Brian. Just forget that question.
I want to hear about the honeymoon.
We're wanting to watch the entire video. I don't know if we've got time to.
Okay.
You guys were absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. We did a good job. And I should tell you, there were some tense moments right before the dance happened, actually. Right before we were announced out, before the dance, Sarah's dress, she was stepping on it. And that was my one big fear. And I told her at the last minute, I said, get it together, because you promised me your dress would not pose a problem. So she took it up in her wrist, as you saw, and it worked out perfectly. So everything went very well, and we were very happy.
Oh, Brian, we are so incredibly proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Can't wait to see you back here in the studio.
We'll see you a little later in the show.
All right.
Well, still to come on Delmarva Life this afternoon, we have for you Breaking the Mold, how ex-pro cheerleaders are breaking stereotypes about science.
Plus, how schools right here on Delmarva are working to do the exact same thing. Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897, and your local York and Mitsubishi dealers.